Good morning. Welcome to this week's Mile to Mile Mountain Mosey with your boy, Sean, Mr. Murphy. This is that weekly update where I walk you through the latest, the greatest, the hottest, the sexiest homes to be hitting the Foothills market, just west of the greater Denver metro area from I 70 to 285, back to Bailey, up to St. Mary's Glacier area, Idaho Springs, Evergreen, Morrison, Kittredge, Idledale, Indian Hills, Morrison, Conifer, Pine. I think I got them all in there. Welcome. Thanks for jumping on this Sunday. As you guys are jumping on, do the thing. Let me know. Oh, it looks like I'm not live on Rumble. We're going to go without Rumble today. Good morning, one lowsty beastie. Do like our good friend here and uh say what's up. Say where you guys are watching from. Good to have you on this Sunday, beautiful Sunday morning here in Colorado. We yeah, as you're on here, and if you're like, what the hell is this? We do this every week. Typically it's on Saturdays at 8 a.m. ish. Today it had to be 9 o'clock, or it had to be Sunday and 8:20 because yesterday it's like playoff season for real estate. It's time to get it done. It's the kids are going back to school, time to wrap things up and get these homes sold. So we were hustling yesterday and I had to take a client out to get some morning showings in, and I love you guys, but clients come first. So, but we got a good list this week. Let's get it started. We have a banger. I don't think I've ever, I mean, are we just throwing that number up there? $30 million is the top of the list. That's crazy. 450 acres in Indian Hills. That's wild. So we got a good list. We got 47 new homes these past 7 days, and we're going to get trucking. We go from the least expensive to the most expensive. So get on the bus. It's a struggle bus today. I had my videographer had a short film that he premiered last night, and I went out and hung out with those guys like I'm not 42 and I didn't have to be up early to do something. And so it's a struggle bus this morning. But let's get it rocking. We're starting off over in Mountain Village Estates. This is 31719 Rocky Village Drive, Unit 103. If I'm fairly certain this is the 55 plus community over here. So we'll go with it. Yep, this is the 55 plus community right off of Evergreen Parkway. So right behind Bergen Park, right behind the grocery store there. Easy mountain living, but you got to be 55 plus. One bedroom, one bathroom, 650 square feet. We'll zoom through this one. This looks like a first floor unit too. So if maybe mobility, we're all getting older. Those knees start to go. You don't want to climb stairs or do anything like this. Right there, take the pup out, walk in your door, and it's not facing. Doesn't look like it's facing the parking lot or anything like that. That's a win. 103. Cool. It looks clean. Well maintained. Appliances look updated. There's like a little clubhouse over there, a little hang, little community spot, little library, stuff like that. So it's nice. Yeah, it looks like you're kind of tucked in there. And hey, look, that little corner unit. I like it. You'll have the deer and elk coming up, just nibbling. 333,000 is what they're asking. 23656 Pond View Place, Unit C. This is over in Genesee area, the kind of like the Genesee Villages area. You got great access to get back down the hill. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,231 square feet. So you got a little clubhouse over there. You got a little pool, but look at that. Zinging down the hill. If you work down the hill, great spot. They do have a substantial HOA for all those amenities that they have. Pickleball, exterior maintenance structure coverage with your HOA fee. Sewer, snow removal, trash, water. It is $660 a month. Those HOAs are wild. But this one's on looks like the second floor, so you get to look down on people. Isn't that fun? I think so. But they're cute. I like the floor plan on these. So they're 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and yeah, I think the layout is good and a nice big deck. I'm comfortable with smaller living spaces as long as you got like that deck to step out on. And this one's got it. Cool. Flooring looks good. Counters look good. Yeah, a little pantry. I really like these. I mean, the HOA I think is a little bit high, but there's like the primary that looks like a queen size bed just floating in there. You get a bay window to sit with your bay, and the primary suite there has its own private bathroom. There you go. There's the extra room. Get a roommate in there. Get your mom. Get your mom up here. There's the little clubhouse. Pickleball was just resurfaced the other year. They got a little pond you can walk around. 419,000. I think it's a pretty good price for those ones. That's $660 monthly HOA though. That's tough. 10690 South Deer Creek Road. This is over in Littleton, so the Deer Creek neighborhood. So you're just in the foothills. What do we got? 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 985. Built in 1940. It's sitting on a 26,000 square foot lot. Yeah, so you're kind of back in there. You are kind of back in there. This is one I'd say, hey, if you're out here checking out homes, drive to this one because it might feel a little bit too far for you. You could come down here, Deer Creek Canyon, right by the Lockheed Martin, and it'll put you out by Chatfield Reservoir, 470, and all that stuff. But it is a little bit of you are back in there a little bit. Let's check it out. Good morning, James. James, I think I was talking to you on the Facebook yesterday. Good having you on, man. Welcome. 10690 South Deer Creek Road. Let's check it out. Siding built in 1940, so I mean it's an older home. It's an original homestead. Siding looks fine though. Flat usable land. I like that. Yard maintenance minimal. Privacy I wouldn't say maximal. There's a neighbor right there, but pretty good. You could walk around this house naked. That's to me, that's the privacy check. Can you just walk in front of all your windows and not worry about everybody seeing your business? And this one, I think it's got it. What's that say? Do this is Matt? Do Matt? Do I mean do things with great love. Is that just a style thing? Do hard things? Does it say hard? I don't know. I like to read signs, but maybe it's just me today. Maybe I can't read. All right, it looks fine. I mean, bottom list, you can't get too picky. That's if you're looking for like a little getaway, not too far. This is a good spot. 449,000. Okay, going over to 7992 County Road 43. Back in Bailey we go. 3 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1,215 square feet. Charming updated home bordering national forest. I'm guessing it's back in the Harris Park area. Yeah, you're kind of back that way. So down Deer Creek Road, back by the campgrounds there, and yet you are surrounded by national forest. Probably about 15 minutes to get back out on Deer Creek, out to the Loafing Jug. Maybe a couple minutes longer because it kind of gets like a one lane road back in here. Cool, nice and quiet area though. What year did I say this was built? 1965. Here we go. And on this video too, we for James, our newbie, good to have you on. We got a good small crew of frequent offenders here. So feel free to chop it up. Tell me, we talk, we gawk, we sometimes say, "Oh, why would you?" To the style, decor, and all that jazz. But if you see something, if you have a question about the market, about mountain living, or if you have a question about a home that's not on the list because it's not new, just let me know in the chat. We'll dive in. Deck looks good, nice Trex decking there. Cool. It's probably the original homestead there. Somebody probably raised like 8 kids in that back room. All right. Well, they got 49 photos to kill, so they're really showing you everything. Can we see the inside? Let's go inside. There we go. All right, not as bad. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I like the fireplace, I like the mantle. See the windows. The windows updated or nay? Windows look fine. I mean, those picture windows, those can be deceiving. I mean, because those last a lot longer. It's the operational windows, the ones that open that you really want to keep the eye on. But I don't see much. They look dirty. I don't see much like seal breaking where you get that fogging in between the panes there. Yeah, it looks good. It ain't much, but it looks cute and well maintained. Yeah, these windows look like they've been updated here. Cool. Okay, I don't know what that room was. All right, but it's good. It's for sale. That's the best thing about this one. So again, back in there, would I live back in there? No, not permanently. But if you had if you wanted a little getaway where it's nice and quiet, feel like you're in the woods, a hunting cabin or something like that, this is the spot right here. 26407 South End Road, heading over to Kittredge, and End Road means it's the back of the neighborhood there. So a lot of smaller homes, a lot of affordable mountain living just past Red Rocks on 74 there. A lot of great hiking over there. This area is not for everyone though. Smaller property lines, parking is kind of a premium. This one has a garage, which is nice, but let's get into it. I'll tell you all about it. 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1,444 square feet, built in 1928 on a 10,000 square foot lot. I'd say that's a good, decent sized lot for that area. So you see right here, you're back kind of on the top of the hill there, and you about 8 minutes to get over to Evergreen. You could take 74 right down to Red Rocks Amphitheater is right there. So you like shows, if you like that, and you live down the hill, it's a nice windy canyon drive, but you got all kinds of great hiking in here as well. Okay. Okay, cute. I mean, older homes, right? What did I say, 1920s? So, I mean, she's doing fine. We typically lose in the 1920, well, you have steep ass stairs like this. This was probably an unfinished basement that they then finished and turned into the primary suite. Cool. Yeah, it's cute. I mean, they did what they could with what they had. You got a little bit of flat space there too. Cool. All right, now we're upstairs. Yeah, it's cute. It's quaint. Some older windows there for sure. All right, there you have it. 26407 South End Road. 488,000 is the asking price. Going back to Bailey, this is 120 Road P78, a one bedroom, one bathroom, 670 square footer. That's a that's tiny. That's a tiny little spot. Maybe you're okay with condo living, but you don't want to pay the HOA, right? And this one, 8.1 acres. I mean, that's got value in it because if you have the well and septic dug, you get the driveway in there. Maybe you want to build a bigger house on this property. You definitely could. You'd have to, for the septic, you would probably need to upgrade the size of the septic tank if you were gonna tear this down or something and build on top of it. But if you needed to drill a new well or whatever, you at least got the driveway taken care of. Where are we? Cool. So we're back there, kind of back by the Harris Park area again. This off of Shelton here, it gets dirt roads back in here, but not too far off of there. So not bad. You are tucked in there. You typically get some nice aspen trees, nice views, stuff like that. Siding looks like it could use some stain. Okay. Yeah, it needs a little love. Would you love it? You got to do a lot of smart storage in a size this big, but all right. There's your bedroom. We call it a bedroom. There's a bed in there and there's this room. Okay. Looks like it's got two bedrooms in there. All right. Yeah, it is something. There we go. Bottom of the list. That's what we're getting here. Good views though. 8 acres. That's the selling point on this one. 495,000. Staying back in Bailey, 173 Wisp Creek Drive. It's a three-bedroom, two-bathroom, 1,916 square footer. Willow the Wisp area here. This is built in 1997, sitting on an 8,200 plus square foot lot. So you're right off of 285. You're going to hear the hum of the traffic there. But easy access back out, easy access over to Crossroads. I mean, for me, my experience, you lose a lot of the buyer pool, especially if they want to be back in Bailey. That buyer has already agreed that they're okay with a little bit further drive, a little bit further commute, and they typically want it to be nice and quiet and peaceful. So I think the proximity to 285 might hold this one up a little bit, but let's check it out. Cool. Siding looks fine. Deck looks fine. Could use some stain on that. Well, decent views though. That's a pretty good kitchen. Swap out those countertops. I mean, that floor tiling is a choice. Okay, we got some DIY stuff you can see here by the edge of that countertop. I don't think that's professionally done, but it's available. The windows need a little bit of love, tiling, maybe some grout work, maybe just rip it all out. Okay. That's a good space downstairs though. In the bottom of the list, you typically need to put on your Bob the Builder hat. Like, can you fix it? Can you build it? Cool. There you have it. It's, of course, they're not going to show you the angle. Oh yeah, there's 285 right there. So you'll hear it. You're kind of a residential spot over there. 525,000. Going over to Idaho Springs for 10 Lost Trail Road. This looks like it's back up in the St. Mary's area here. Three bedroom, two bathroom, 1,794 square feet. Sitting on 1.05 acres, built in 1989. Oh, up no, Old Little Bear. Okay. So you are up kind of back 103 area. So we'll pop in the we'll pop in the elevation here. You're probably close to 9,000 feet of elevation. Getting out of there you could take Old Little Bear Creek, and it's going to put you on the Little Bear Creek, and that'll do a little switchbackiness down into Idaho Springs there. Or you can go south, hit 103, and then choose your adventure. Go there's the Echo Mountain little ski resort over there, where you can go right down 103 into 66 into Bergen Park area of Evergreen. So you are kind of up in there. Let's check out what's my elevation. 10 Lost Trail. 9,400. Yeah. So once you start getting over 8,000, 85, up to 9,000, it's colder longer. When Evergreen is getting rain in May, you're still getting snow. Okay. Looks like somebody's getaway cabin. Cool. Siding could probably use some love. That's cool. That's probably the highlight of this house. That's kind of cool. And I mean, that might be the highlight right there. That's dope. Get sunsets. This is a west facing. Get those sunsets. All right. Yeah, it looks like a rustic charmer. Doesn't look bad though. It's got some character for sure. I see this. I see this like statue a lot. Is that anybody know? Is that a specific historical event or person that we should know? I feel like I've seen that one a good amount. All right, nice sized bedroom. You got your own. That dates the house. The block glass, such a '90s move. Cool. All right, I think it's fun. Fun little cabin. There you have. They get yeah. They I don't know if they get too many moose up there, but I know they get bear, fox, every now and then. More deer than elk back in there. That's cool. That's that bunkhouse. Cool. Blank canvas for you out there. Looks like you got a sub panel. Don't see any heating element, but cool. All right, there you have it. Lost Trail Road, 539,000. Going over to Evergreen for 28114 Tressine Drive. I don't know. Back in the Evergreen Meadows, this is a four bedroom, three bathroom, 1,656 square footer. Built in 1971, sitting on a 19,000 plus square foot lot, right off of 73. So not far from Evergreen Lake there, just a few minutes to get back downtown. Right as soon as you make those little switchback, you're gonna be right there. You're gonna be home. Cool. So solid location. It doesn't look like you have no neighbors around you. I think this is either county, the Little Cup Creek over here is either like county owned or state owned, but nobody's gonna be building back in there. So that's a plus. Okay. All right. Two-car garage, wrap around deck. Deck's looking a little bit older. Cool. Forced air, heat, counters and cabinets. Definitely could use some love. Wood burning fireplace. Okay, okay. The flooring looks fine. It does look DIY. Some of the transitions there, but what a vibe change there. That's what it could look like. All right. Yeah, needs a little bit of love. Oh, that changes it completely. It looks like a storage room until you soften it up there. Yeah, you can see some dings, and these look like the 1 foot by 1 foot tiles, and those are not always, but those are the ones that you probably want to be testing for asbestos. Cool. Little flat usable spread there. Okay. Again, we get some love on the bottom of the list. We need to give them some love. 550,000 is the asking price. Next up, we're going to 74 Badger Lane back in Bailey. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,749 square footer. Sitting on 1.9 acres, built in 1993. It's funny, I was talking to a client. I've had, a lot of Texas. Just put a Texas client from Frisco under contract back in like Evergreen Meadows, Valley High neighborhood, and there's a lot of people reaching out from Texas and Florida, just like trying to beat the heat, man. So I welcome you guys, and they say, yeah, we watched that Saturday live stream, the one that's like 5 hours. I'm like, one, never 5 hours. We'll typically shut it down at 10:30, but it's sometimes probably sitting on with me, just hearing me yap for hours on it, probably feels like 5 hours. So we're back in the Berlin Ranchettes area on this one. Nice direct shot off of 72 there to get back here. Here we go. I like the Berlin Ranchettes area. Nice rolling hills. Sometimes you get some dope views. Looks like okay, we got the flashing. You can see the flashing tucked up in there. Yeah, you got a little bit of a view there. Nice. Cool. Carpet can go. I like the moss rock fireplace. A sucker for the moss rock. Nice little peninsula countertop with the bar stools there. Yeah, it just looks a little. I mean, that looks like it belongs in a saloon or above a pool table. Siding looks decent though. Looks like it's been stained probably the past 5 years. And this type of, let me see if I could see any of the, with that type of siding, the cedar siding will typically, we get some woodpeckers in here that'll pop some holes in there. It's just good to walk around the house, occasionally, once a month or so. And just, I mean, you'll probably hear them pecking away at your house. So just take note of that. And you always want to plug up those woodpecker holes, or else some chance of water intrusion, but really what you don't want is mice or squirrels or something like that getting behind the getting behind the walls, chewing up the insulation, chewing up wiring. Then you got a problem. This one is 575,000. Back in Bailey, 76 Highlands Drive, a lovely 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 2,160 square footer. Back in Elk Creek Highlands, we got a bunch of these. Here's what I say. I always say, like, people ask me, when's the best time to buy? Should I buy in the winter or should I wait until the spring when there's more inventory? I say, typically, if you're going to be buying in the winter, there's going to be less homes, maybe not the most attractive homes. Typically, if somebody's selling in the winter, were there's some type of life change, divorce, death, job relocation, or something like that. So sellers, I say, are typically a little bit more motivated if they're listing towards the end of the season or in the winter. So you'll have less homes to choose from, but you'll have less competition, and you'll have a more motivated sellers, or like this time of year too, you're catching the sellers that have been sitting on the market all summer. Maybe they priced it a little bit high, and they don't want to be holding onto this house throughout the winter. So this is back Elk Creek Highlands, not quite Harris Park, but back in that area. So about 18 to 20 minutes to get about out to the Loaf and Jug at 285 there. So you're back in there. Nice paved driveway though. Bailey is dusty. I mean, all the mountains are dusty. Just all that loose dirt, loose granite. But Bailey is especially dusty because a lot more dirt roads there. Cool, good views. All right. Siding, needs a little love. You can see where on the eave here where there's no covering for it. So you want to get that sealed, paint it yourself, get somebody else out there to paint it, but you don't want that exposed wood catching the sun, catching the moisture. That's when it starts to rot, and that's when you have bigger problems. So probably the next couple of years you want to get that siding taken care of. Newer flooring, I'm just gonna, I'm not. I feel like I'm already hating on this. Sometimes I feel like I might be me being too mean to a house, but I just call it how I see it, guys. I don't love this type of flooring, and I'll tell you why. Especially if you have dogs, and I could see maybe a couple scratches on that. I like the old red oak hardwood floors. It's the older style, probably like 3/4, maybe like not 3/4 inch, like 2 inch wide. I like those ones. The problem I have with these types of floors is see how it's beveled and like hand planed. It kind of gives a little bit of character and charm. But if you have to sand these down, like it's a really it's kind of like not possible, or you're going to change it completely because those beveled curves and stuff like that, you're sanding that down, and then to get the old stain out of there, it's just a pain in the ass. So I like the old red oak hardwood floors, especially when they get scratched up if you have dogs. And these ones do look scratched. But nice open living space, Mount Blue Sky view there. Bang, nice high ceilings. Yeah, see, this is a pain. I mean, these are gonna look you can get some of that like oil. That's probably your best shot at making those look a little bit better. All right, pellet stove. No, that looks wood burning. Cool. Yeah, another house DIY. It just you could tell like this you could see that baseboard there not lined up. Look at the door frame there. Painting even looks like the paint is on the top. So I feel like this is one of those houses that is good from far, but far from good. The more you look, the more you're gonna see. But it's got good space, not a bad area. Again, just the bottom of this, we're getting a lot of homes that need some help. Cool. 590,000. I mean, over 2,000 square feet. This have any acreage? 1.03. No. Got a view. What's the value of a view? That's always the subjective thing that's hard to price. Didn't we do this one already? Hold on. I think we did this last week. Yeah, we did this one last week. You don't get two shots on the channel. 11 days on market. Why are you on my list? That's over in Idaho Springs. That's for sale. Let me just check my setting here real quick. Yeah, days on market less than 7 days. How'd you make it? Okay. Back in Bailey. Bailey's blowing up. Everyone's getting the hell out of Bailey this fall. 622 Gunsmoke Drive. I know right where this one is because there's all kinds of cool street names like Tin Cup, Hangman, Gunsmoke, Vigilante. This is a 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 2,150 square feet. And it's, there's something to say about living on a cool street name, right? There's one of my clients that just put a home under contract. It's on Bonanza. I'm like, Bonanza's a cool name, but I also screwed it up for them because that Gwen Stefani song, Bananas. This house is Bonanza. Bonanza. Now it's in their heads. Built in 2000, sitting on a 1 acre lot back on Deer Creek Road. About probably 10 minutes to get back out to the Loaf and Jug on 285 there. Good spot though. I like this spot. You're not too far back in there. Typically for me, it's like the 15 minutes to get back out to any type of grocery store. After that, I mean, if I'm doing 20 minutes all the time, it wears on you. Cool. These are the flooring. So this is that red oak hardwood flooring that I like. Easy to sand down, easy to change the color. That's the winner for me. Cool, nice granite countertops, big open kitchen. Cool. River rock fireplace. I'm more of a moss rock guy myself, but I don't mind it. Looks like a gas stove or gas fireplace. Wow. I'm a little slow all the time, guys, but I did not get much sleep and I had a couple beverages with my videographer celebrating his premiere of his short film, acting like I'm in my 20s and I can recover quickly. Your boy's 42 and guys like I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. That ain't it. That ain't it. All right, but Gunsmoke's looking good. The siding looks good. Terrain looks good. 2-car garage. Finishes look fine. I dig it. Little chicken coop there. All right, 655 is what they're asking. You guys getting into anything good? Anything exciting going on in your world? I feel like everyone's kind of the next 2 weeks just kids getting back in school. Labor Day is coming up. It's the last hurrah for the summer. 31161 Black Eagle Drive, Unit 301. This is a lovely 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 1,725 square footer. Top floor end unit. That's what you want. You want the top floor end unit. One, so you're not hearing people walk around. You could stomp the yard as much as you want, but then also you're just sucking up all that heat from the people below you. I love that. Built in 2020 HOA over here is a $421 monthly HOA, but good location right by Bergen Park here. You got the grocery store, you got the True Yoga, you got the Bread Lounge, you got all the things. You're gonna be looking at Evergreen Parkway, so you'll always have that noise there. But easy in, easy out, mountain living. I mean, it's only 6 years old, so I struggle to talk, say much about newer homes. I feel like it's just like nice, it's clean, everything's in good shape. You got a little garage. I think those garages are kind of deep too. I see some people just turn those into like half car garage, half gym or storage or whatever you want. It's you buy it, you do whatever the hell you want. I like the gold hardware. I like the gold and the brown too. It's a certain color of brown that needs to go with the gold, and I think that's it right there. Cool, nice, clean, looking good. Yeah, Evergreen Parkway, I think is going to be right out this window, but not bad. There it is. Yeah, a little 1 car extendo. 658,000 is the asking price. Back in Bailey again. Bailey, everyone's just getting the hell out of there. I feel like Bailey I feel like Bailey is more of a late spring, summer market. Really just because it's I don't know, more of a recreational type lifestyle. Maybe that's not completely true, but you get it's hard to show, sometimes back in Bailey you get some more dirt roads and access can be a little bit wily. I think it's easier to give that buyer the experience in the summer. So coming on mid-August, it's just, this isn't a bad time, but as we get into September, October, but Bailey is just popping off today. The 198 Blueberry Trail Units 29, 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 996 square feet. Built in 1983 on a 1.2 acre lot back in the Berlin Ranchettes area. Kinda, kinda, not really, actually. You're off Roland Road, like the northeast, southeast side of the Ranchettes. I don't think you'd exactly call that the Ranchettes. Cool. Let's check it out. Oh, what did I say? How much land do we got over here? 1.2 acre lot. It's cute though. I like the little entryway. Little, not a Juliet balcony, a little primary bedroom balcony there. Two sheds. That could be your wrap name. Siding looks good. Windows look updated. Trex decking. You can see like always look at the undercarriage on the decks. That one's looking good there. And I don't see any rotting or warping or anything like that. So that's all good stuff. Decks can be expensive. Okay. Cool. Okay. It's fine. That's a Juliet balcony there. There you go. Juliet balcony. Those are the ones with just like the railing, basically. You can't step out onto them. All right, that's a fancy shower there. No bench. I feel like that's a big enough shower. You need a bench in there. I could use a bench. I could use a bench shower today. Just sitting down, reminding myself that I'm old and I shouldn't be up until 2 o'clock playing games at 1 up on Colfax. Need a bench. Or what I used to call it, which let's talk about my very professional live stream here. Let's talk about how you guys like to recover. One, I'm gonna do a coffee. It's something a little bit more aggressive, shaken espresso. Have to get some grease today in me. But then I call it a bower. It's a bath shower where you just sit in the shower. Maybe you sit in the tub and just let the water hit you. Plug the drain so it fills up, turns into a bath. I call it a bower. Some people call it a shaft, or if recommended shaft. It's not a shaft. It's a bower. But a bench, long story short, a bench in the shower is sometimes very useful. Oh, and one other thing I wanted to do, I wanted to start doing the house of the week. So we'll look through, we'll see which house of all these we think is like the deal of the week. Now, am I going to be running comps and stuff like that? No. Well, here's a good example here. So this board, that might just be the way that the tree was cut. But you want to look for like rotting or any deterioration under here. Treat your decks like interchangeable parts. Like not everything is gonna wear the same way, but you go through, replace some boards as needed. It helps you prevent a much larger project. And prop issue with a deck I just ran into. Not even a high deck, of course. If your deck is off the ground, it's a little bit more expensive. This is a lower deck here. Problem with it is they don't have concrete like footers for the deck supports there. So it's just like exposed to the earth and the moisture, and they're starting to rot. And that ain't good. That ain't good. Siding looks good though. Two sheds. All right, let's roll. Five, $659,900. You guys are quiet today. It's always a quieter crowd. I think the main peeps, the regulars, they're on here with me on Saturdays. But I'm glad to have you all here. I'm glad anybody shows up. Let's go over to Bailey again. This is crazy. 594 High Meadow Drive. This is crazy. This is a ton of Bailey listings this week, which if you're listing your property in Bailey, kind of sucks because they're all been like 400 to 700,000. So we probably had just 8 to 10 homes, just like all of a sudden you're competing with as you go live. 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 2,624 square feet. The siding looks like it could use some love. 3.3 acre lot. That's cool. Built in 1997. It looks like you're the back end of it again. There's the low meadow. There's the high meadow. You're on the high meadow. Nice. You're probably gonna have a sweet view here, though. That's probably why the price. I mean, it is over. It's like 2,600 square feet, but you're gonna probably have a dope view. But you're at the back end of it here, so you're probably close. You're probably getting close to 15 minutes to get back at 285. All right. Look at the windows. Look out the windows. You got a good view. That's a good spot. That's a good sitting spot. The pastel, peach, pink can go. Nice size kitchen though. Nice size kitchen. Nice peninsula there. Put a bar top seating there. I like that. These are those red oak hardwood floors I've been talking about. I dig it. Good bones. That's what you say about this house. Good bones. Well, yeah, hell yeah. It looks like that's where the fire was. So it's funny with the insurance. Everyone's always asking me about insurance. One, that view is spectacular. But sometimes in these areas that have had fires like this one, it's still hard to get insurance. And it blows my mind. I'm like, the fire risk is gone. Like it's gone. They had the fire. So no more fire. There's nothing to burn. There's really no rhyme or reason to the insurance companies. They're annoying. Dope views out all the windows here though. Cool. All right, chill. That's a pellet stove down there. Easy to control the temperature. It's a good like overnight heating system there. And that'll heat that downstairs real well. Yeah, this view is sweet. Look at that. Look at that. Nice Trex decking. Cool. You see like this side of the house, the siding looks good, right? The paint looks good, but it's the other side that's catching all that sun. That's where we're seeing all that wear. So even with your siding, like a lot of times windows, people will do one side of the house over the other. As the side that's like facing west and south, that's catching the wind, catching the sun. But same thing with the deck and uh the um the paint on the siding too. You can see right above that garage there. It's taking all the heat. Cool. That looks good. I like it. I like High Meadow Drive. High Meadow Drive, 675. Going over to Morrison for 10176 Crestview Drive over in the Hilldale Pines area. Cute little spot tucked over in there. Nice little community. 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2,010 square feet. Built in 1994 on a 1.1 acre lot. Hilldale Pines. So a nice little cluster of properties over in here. This one, you got two little switchbacks, but you're not too far back in there. And since you're facing, it looks like you're facing west, you might have a little bit of views. Let's see. What I like about Hilldale, I'm a city view guy. And if you guys been on here, you hear me talking about the same stuff over and over again. But like a good like a good teacher, I'm gonna just drill this stuff into your head. That's why I love my YouTube people. You guys typically you just know a little bit more from watching videos. I'm a city view. I like a city view. I like facing east because I like that morning sunshine. And typically that's what you get a bunch of over here. That's why they got a street name, City View. Cool. So that's where you're sitting right there. A little bit longer to get out to Turkey Creek, get over to Aspen Park. There's Aspen Park right there. Easy to get back down the hill there. I've put a couple clients over there that work down in the front range down the city. Yeah, you got a little bit of view, nice aspen trees. Driveway looks good. Cool. Look, it says split lot. Where are you coming in at? But yeah, you do have a good view. Yeah, nice good flow there from the kitchen to the backyard space. Nice peninsula type countertop. Cool with the deck. Yeah, I like the flow. It looks a little bit older. It's got some 90s vibe. Windows look a little bit older, but that's dope. We can agree. That's dope. You're far enough away from 285 too, you won't hear it. Cool. Yeah, those are like the 90s countertops there. Cool. Okay. Separate little sitting space, like the walkout. Looks like it connects to the garage. All right. All right. This is the composite before Trex was born here. So this stuff hands holds up fine. You can see it starts to it's right in here, starts to wave and warp a little bit with the sun. Not as good as Trex, but still good. Better than wood as far as maintenance. Yeah, it looks like you got a little bit, yeah, so a little bit of a steep driveway there, but you can get over in Hilldale Pines. Cool. All right, but it's cute. I like it. 699 what they're asking. All right, over to Evergreen. This is 28236 Lupine Drive over in the Highwan Hills neighborhood. I like the Highwan Hills. Probably one of my favorite parts of North Evergreen, Soda Creek, the I think it's Pine Valley. Pine yeah, Soda Creek, Pine Valley, and I'd say Hilldale or Highwan Hills is probably my favorite because the houses are a little bit more affordable. Some of them are a little bit older. You get a little bit of charm, and then you got great access back down to downtown and the lake. 3 bedroom, 1.5 bathroom, 1,530 square feet, built in 1963 on a 12,600 plus square foot lot. And right off of Meadowview there. So you could get, I mean, you could get a little e-bike or just actually a regular bike would be fine here. It's not too hilly. It is a hill a little bit up here, but yeah, you're walkable down over to the Lariat Lounge, the Kristen the Barber yoga place over here, and then you could walk over to downtown. So awesome location. There's the lake right there. So that's what I like about this is the High One Hills area. Nice ranch style living too. So if you're like, hey, we're getting older and all these stairs, this is the type of house, type of area that you can age and you could die in this house, guys. You could haunt this house when you're gone too. Cool. All right. Cabinets look like they've been updated. Flooring looks good. Windows look good. Cool, cool, cool. Nice little sunroom. I don't see any heating element out there. I see electric. And no heating though. You get a lot of sun, but It'll be chilly. You could put a heater out there. You could do whatever you want if you buy it. Cool. I like the spaces. Typically in these older homes too, they didn't care as much about like a nice primary bedroom or anything like that. Walk-in closets, pantries, but this one looks good. I like a little bit of the old school charm there with the updates, and it doesn't look DIY. Cool. Nice flagstone pavers. Chill. I like it. I like it. I dig it. It looks like a very well maintained and updated home. That's 28236 Lupine Drive, 719,000. You paying a little premium for that location there. That's why price per square foot typically. You go South Evergreen, you could get, 300, 300. I mean, you could get under 200 or under $300 per square foot. But once you get like North Evergreen, you start getting closer to like 400, 450. What's this one here? 470. 8 Yuma Trail over in Evergreen, Shadow Mountain neighborhood. 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 2,518 square feet. There you go, 288. There you go, South Evergreen. Like I said, like I just said, Shadow Mountain neighborhood probably a little bit less expensive as well. You're a little bit further out from like Evergreen proper, we would call it. So prices go down a little bit out there. Built in 2003 on a 1 acre lot. It's gonna load. No. All right. Well, we're not getting much love on the map here. There we go. Oh, so you're Forest Estates. Okay. So this is kind of a different area. Pricing is goes down even further because it is the road back in here. Like access, some people access is a big thing for some people, and it's a little bit more challenging with a couple of these roundabouts can get a little bit steep back in here. A lot of dirt roads, and you're at the back end of it here. So there's all dirt roads back in here. And yeah, it's just a little bit more mountainy life, if that makes sense. Like a lot of levels to mountain living. This is a little bit higher. The It's Clear Creek County, which is good. So taxes are a little bit lower than Jefferson County, and insurance is a little bit tougher over here. You can see how dense these trees are back in here. Siding looks good. Roof looks good. No, I take back on the siding. You can see some exposed wood there. Nice open living space though. Doors look newer. Windows look newer. Looks like they've updated the electrical. Cool, cool. Okay, enough of the kitchen. We get it. All right, big primary. Nice little deck, primary suite over there too. Decks on decks. Cool. Looks good. Cool. Separate living space, little kitchenette over there. Walkout. A lot of walkout basins. I know our Texans and our Floridians. Not many, not many basements. And I'd say our basements aren't typically too basementy since everything's pretty much on a hill. You got mostly your walkouts. The deck needs some love though. Definitely needs some stain. Yeah, some of these you can see these boards look weathered. Other than that, looks good. That is 8 Yuma Trail, 725,000 is the asking price. 218 South Grapevine Road over in Idledale. This looks cool. 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,697 square feet. Idledale is right on 74 there, just past Red Rocks Amphitheater. 29,000 plus square foot lot built in 1949. So you're kind of back in the middle of Grapevine. So this also shoots over to like Genesee. So if you want to get over to I-70, you could take this. It's kind of a narrow, windy road. So you're kind of in the middle there. Typically get some good city views though. Oh wow, this thing's got a booty on the back. Look at this. Very unassuming. What did I say the square footage on this was? 1,697. Looks like it's got a lot going on back there. Do you get I mean, do you see it? Do we see it? Why is there a foot in your picture? What are we doing? Cool, all right. Good landscape. Good. That's a AC unit on the side there. I like the color. I like the color scheme. Looks like we got some iPhone photos. Yeah, iPhone photos. What are we doing? Cool. Lower ceilings. It looks like that door till the door is just clear in that ceiling there. That's cool. I like the finishes. I like the decor. Okay. Yeah, it's unique. Unique spot, unique house. A little old, got a little bit of charm. Asking price 729,000. Next up, Lodgepole Drive. This is 32391 Lodgepole Drive back in Shadow Mountain neighborhood. 5 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 2,206 square feet. Backing up to National Forest. Sitting on a 25,700 square foot lot. You are, yeah, so up Brook Forest. Nice little neighborhood back in here. You could come over here, kind of choose your adventure. You can take Blue Creek, cut you down to Aspen Park here, or just take Brook Forest all the way through to Evergreen, downtown Evergreen. Probably like probably like 8 to 10 minutes back to Evergreen there. So not bad. South facing, big high ceilings. Jeez. 20 foot ceilings there. 20 foot plus. A lot of built-ins. That's nice. Cool. All right. Good flow to the decks. That's a nice addition there. It looks like they were probably hurting on cabinet space before they put all those built-ins there. Cool snakefoot tub. Windows look can't tell if those are updated or not. Not new. I would say they're not new, but cool. I don't see any vents here, so I'm guessing that's radiant floor heating. Cool. See. No, there might not be any heating down there. Not sure. 749. That's what I'm here to do. Help you guys see that stuff and figure that out. 749,000 is the asking price. Also at 749,000, we're going over Evergreen for 29209 William Cody Drive. A lovely 4 bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 2,450 square footer. Got a big 2 car garage, big 3-story living here. Built in 1976 on a 1.0 acre lot. William Cody. I think this is, yeah, this is back the Valley High neighborhood. So right by Flying J Ranch, you're much closer to technically still Evergreen, but you're really at Conifer. You're right on the border of Conifer there. So you'd be taking 285 down the hill most time. You're about 12 minutes back to Evergreen Lake there. A nice easy straight shot. Cool, okay. All right, nice wood deck. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna move quickly through this. It's not really speaking to me. All right, nice size primary though. Carpet looks dated. Doors, windows look a little bit dated. And the house just it looks a little tired. Looks like you have electric heat as well. Which I mean, out here we're excellent candidates for. You got the popcorn ceiling. You got the boob lights. We're excellent. And there's your radon mitigation system in the corner there. Let me know if you don't know. Let me know if you want to know about radon. I think I've talked about it a lot, but if you want me to tell you why we have so many of those radon mitigation systems, just let me know in the chat. I'll give you the rundown. Cool, nice little. You got some usable acreage over there. Good property for a zip line. That is 9209 William Cody Drive. 749,000 is the asking price. 2006 South Brook Forest Road. 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,850 square feet. Kind of around the same area. But this looks like it's on the north facing. So it'll be a little bit colder in the winter. 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 1,850 square feet. Built in 1934 on a 1.89 acre lot. But if you want the creek, look at Will and Shelley. I think you guys were looking for the creek. Not Will and Shelley. It was Teresa and Teresa and Kevin. If you guys are on, might be for you here. So you just the last property we were looking at was right up in here, and this one. So you're on the the south side, so you have the creek access, which is nice, but you do have the hill here behind you. So it you'll be driving up Brook Forest Road, and you'll see like all the snow will be melted on this side, and this side of the hill they're caked in it, which it's not too bad because it's really flat and easy to get in and out, and you do have the creek, so that's a plus. And it's a year round creek, nice white noise. Cool. I love the outdoor space. What is it, 1910? So it's going to be older, some character, some charm. I don't even know what kind of rock that is. We don't really see that type of rock in our mantles out here. I feel like I should know that rock, though. Anybody know what is that? I feel like I should know that one. All right, nice little office. Got a little day bed over there. So 1910 house. The bedrooms won't be big. You do have a walk-in closet. That's surprising for a house this age. Yeah, smaller bedrooms. I'd say that's a bedroom. It looks like a single right there. It looks like a trundle bed. Looks like a kid's bed. Like I'm in a house 1924. You can't put a king size bed in any of these. But nice flat usable land. Again, you got the creek. Boom. Nice. I like it. It's got pros and cons to it. 749,000 is the asking price. 750,000 for $1,000 more. You could own 11957 Elk Trail Road in Conifer. This open tomorrow, 12 to 2. I think this is our first open house of the week. That's crazy. 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 1,934 square feet, sitting on 2.5 acres, built in 1979. Where are we? Oh, so we're off a stagecoach. So, oh, this is the south side. This is Green Valley. Okay. So just past Aspen Park there. There's the other stagecoach in Evergreen over here. Different stagecoach. Cool. So, you'll probably hear 285. You'll hear it off in the distance. It'll be a quiet white noise hum of traffic there. A decent tree mitigation. I mean, other than they don't really want you putting trees through the deck anymore, but nice metal roof. Siding could use a little bit of love. Nice two-car garage though. Cool. Okay. Little kitchen tucked in there. A lot of people anymore, I'd say they want the kitchen to open to the living space. I don't know if you could take out that wall. Yeah, I think you can. Maybe you'll have a post there, but open that up. Give it a little breathing room. Cool. Bedroom slash office. All right. It looks good. It's got some nuance to it. It's got some personal style. Might not be for you, but not a bad area. There's your radon mitigation system. Nice metal roof. Easy to get to 285. There's 285 in the distance there. Cool. 750,000 is what they're asking. I want to see this $30 million property. We're going over to Evergreen, staying in Evergreen. This is 2340 Timber Trail Road. Open house today, 11 to 1. 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, 2,006 square feet. It says this is a very popular property. 41,000. That's just about an acre there. Built in 1987. Back in the Brook Forest area. We were just back up in here a little bit further, kind of by the Maxwell Falls trailhead there. About 15 minutes to get back out to Evergreen Lake, or you could shoot down to through Blue Creek to Conifer, Aspen Park area. Living on a hill. Not much usable acreage. Cool. Windows look a little bit older. All right. Kind of choppy flow. Nice kitchen though. Nice counters, nice cabinets. Appliances are updated. Nice view. Oh, I like that. That's a good yoga spot right there. Good yoga spot, good office spot. Yeah, I dig that. Hell yeah. Cool. All right. One car garage. Nice. 765,000 was they're asking. Keep it moving. We're going over to Silver Ranch Road in Conifer. This is 19133 Silver Ranch Road. Open house today, 12 to 2. It's a 3 bedroom. It's 2 bathroom, 1,798 square footer with big garage space, 4 car garage. Love the outdoor space. Okay, I like this so far. 1.16 acres built in 1979, and it looks like usable acreage here. Up Pleasant Park Road. I like Pleasant Park Road. I like Richmond Hill. This one's pretty far back on Pleasant Park Road. I mean, it's 8 minutes to get to Ullman Park Road. You're probably you're probably easily 15 minutes. The nice thing about this though is it's a school bus route, so they will hit that first thing in the morning there. If you really want to get down the hill, kind of the nature way, I guess, you'd take Deer Creek Road, hit the bottom part of 470. But in reality, you're probably coming back out to 285 and then coming down the hill. Another property is like, go drive there. Let's drive there. Do this on the recon trip. Just see if this is too far away for you. The siding looks good though. I like the entryway. Like I said, usable acreage, nice and quiet back in there. Great stargazing. Cool. Little wood burning fireplace, bricked up mantle. I always see these lights hanging from this 4x4. I'm always like, I could do that. I could build that. Will I? No, but I could. Could I? I don't know. Maybe not. Probably can't. I probably can't either. But in my mind's eye, I'm good at everything. And I think that delusion is sometimes your best friend. Popcorn ceiling, nice brick fireplace. The cutest little pellet stove there. Cool. Looks like some laminate flooring. Got the guns up top there. Get your rifles. Oh, you got all kinds of guns in here. We like to put those away for the showings. That's a good idea. I always say don't ever let anybody know where you have your guns, right? Uh, nice. Siding looks good. Ranch style living. Nice garage space. Cool. Cute. It's a cute house. Just check out the area, see if that's for you. Silver Ranch Road, 770,000. Going over to Timbervale, not Timberdale, Timbervale Drive over in the Highwan Hills area. Is this a condo? I think it is. I think it's like a townhome. It says single family home. No, but there's a $100 monthly HOA. Gotta be connected. They got a clubhouse. I think this is right by the end of Evergreen. No. Okay, the Highwan Hills area. I don't think I ever going down this road. Go down Meadow all the time, but I haven't busted a north on Timbervale. I think it's right by that historic museum right there. Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's like a walking museum right here. Easy access back out to the end of Evergreen here. Got the yoga studio, barbershop, all those things. And it looks like you get the pickleball course and the clubhouse right by it too. Kids playground. All right, nice. I don't think I've ever had one of these on the channel yet. Let's check it out. Decks on decks. Oh no, it looks like maybe 3 stories. So you got one deck. Little sunroom. Okay. Cool. Okay. Okay. Nice long galley kitchen there. Big old primary. Is it the primary? I can't tell. That looks like the primary. Yeah. With its own little sunroom. I like that. I like that. Cool. Interesting. All right, there you have it. You get two garage spaces. That's cool. All right, unique. I like it. I thought it was pretty good shape. Flooring could use some love, but 793,000 is what they're asking. 30328 Appaloosa Drive. Four bedroom, four bathroom, 3,191 square feet. Built in 1972 on a 22,000 plus square foot lot. Looks like the El Pinal area over here. So typically smaller lot sizes. You're on the hill. A lot of great sun exposure, easy access. Some of these houses can feel like they're pretty close together, though. This one doesn't look too bad. And yeah, you do look like you're right on top of your neighbor, but you're actually above your neighbor. So you've got like clear horizontal view. Okay. Cabinets are a little bit older. Appliances are updated. Giant primary with a little bit of rolling mountain view. Cool. Nice. That bedroom has its own bathroom there. Okay. Check. Nice separate living space. Got the popcorn ceiling down there. Big downstairs. Looks, I mean, it could look like that. Another, so like a mother-in-law suite is essentially what you got that multi-generational living. Is that a laundry chute? That might be a laundry chute. And what's the value on that? I don't know. It's hard to put a value on a good laundry chute. All right, there you have it. Appaloosa, Appaloosa Drive, 860,000. 8257 Centaur Drive over Evergreen Meadows area. Three bedroom, two bathroom, 2,420 square feet. Built in 1972 on a 2.1 acre lot. So right off of 73 here, you're kind of sitting right on top of it. So you will, I mean, the traffic will be right there. Everyone's going 40 miles an hour there. So closer to Aspen Park, closer to Conifer there. But if you shoot straight up north there, you're gonna get to Evergreen Lake. Cool. Nice circle driveway, nice big shop. Siding looks good. Windows look a little bit older. Nice moss rock fireplace though. Fireplace with the carpet and a lighter carpet. Bold move. Looks clean though. Looks clean enough. Like the beams, carpet in the kitchen. I think carpet in the kitchen and carpet in the bathroom. The bathroom for obvious reasons. It's kind of gross. But the kitchen, especially around the stove there, I think you really want some tile or you want some like hardwood laminate, something like that. Mainly for like food and splashing and stuff like that. Grease grease splashing. Not really conducive to cooking bacon. It looks like they just put it down. Looks like some industrial style carpeting. Popcorn ceiling. Looks like grandma's house, which I'm a fan of. Because grandma and grandpa, they don't update it, right? Like look at this. Look at this wallpaper. It's a vibe. The wood paneling. But you know what grandma and grandpa do? They take care of their shit. So I like it. Good bones, some good charm and features here. Just grandma and grandpa still put the carpet in the bathroom and the carpet in the kitchen. You love them though. You love them. This shop though, this is sick. Cool. Very usable acreage there. I like it. Somebody buy grandma and grandpa's house. It's sweet. 8257 Centaur Drive. Asking price 900,000. 74 Silver Lode Circle in Downeyville, Dumont area. Hardly ever see properties over here. 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 2,873 square feet on a 1.0 acre lot built in 2010. So Downeyville is just past Idaho Springs on I-70 before you hit Georgetown. So you will hear the hum. With any of these, Lawson, Dumont, Downeyville, Idaho Springs, Georgetown, Empire, you're gonna hear uh Empire. I take that back. Empire, you don't hear I-70, but the rest of these along here, you will hear I-70. It's a quiet hum in the background, but it's just something to know. Nice log style cabin. The giant pine tree there. There you go. And it actually looks like you're so that'd be the highway over there. It looks like you're far enough tucked up in there. You won't be hearing it directly. That house next door looks like it's I see curtains in the window across the way there, but it looks very suspicious. Looks like nobody's touched that house and it looks like a freaking tear down. Anyways, nice circle driveway. Very very log cabiny. Cool. Who wants a rustic charmer in Downeyville? Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. Some houses I think it's just maybe a little bit too much wood. And I feel like this is a little too too much lumber, too much wood for me. But if you want that like cabin, if you want a house to get easy access to the slopes, Breckenridge, Loveland, A Basin, A Bay, Bay, Copper, Downeyville, this area is great because as soon as you cross the Divide there, you go through the Eisenhower Tunnel to like Silverthorne, Summit County, prices go way up. So this is a affordable mountain living, easy access to the slopes. I mean, Loveland is or A Basin's probably 10 minutes away here. Cool. I like it. 930,000 is the asking price. Damn, Kelly Dolph is popping on. I think this is third listing this week. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, we're back. You didn't need to hear that. Uh where are we at? Snyder Road, Snyder Avenue. 25457 Snyder Avenue. Over in the Aspen Park area. Oh, look at that shot. That's kind of cool. Kind of cool. It's kind of weird. Interesting. Okay. This is 3 bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 3,846 square feet on a 3.25 acre lot built in 1985. Cool. So not far off of 285 there. Right by right off the south side of Aspen Park. You got Myers Ranch. You got all kinds of good hiking right out here. Cool. Easy to get down the hill. Probably 15 minutes to get back down the hill. Okay. Nice red oak hardwood floors. Nice kitchen. Nice big oven. Cool. Couldn't tell. Those look like wood support. Yeah, wood supports. I couldn't tell if those were steel or wood. That's what I was gawking at there. Nice little sunroom. Two sunrooms. Sounds nice. Do it twice. Little loft style bedroom. Now, some people, especially if you have kids, they don't love the loft style because everybody can hear you. But if you're empty nesters, I feel like the empty nesters that'll maybe only have the kids over for holidays and stuff like that, they don't mind it as much. Cool siding. It looks like it could use some love. Not the not the best curb appeal, but it's nice and easy access. Here you go, Snyder Avenue, 975,000. I might jump through. I'm gonna skip through a couple of these. If it doesn't look appealing, if it's not speaking to me, we're gonna skip it. I gotta make sure I'm done here at 10:30. I gotta get over to some showings here, like this one. We're gonna it was this Lookout Mountain area. We'll find out, I guess. This is 31109 Tahoe Court. This is over in Evergreen. Four bedroom, three bathroom, 2,688 square feet. Built in 2002 on a 5,000 square foot lot. Okay, so you're right behind Bergen Park there, right by the elementary school. So easy access to get back to I-70. Another house you could live, right off the entrance to Evergreen, easy to get back down the hill if you work in the Front Range. Cool. I'm gonna go through this one kind of quick. Cute. I mean, it's newer too, not too old. What did I say? 2002. So, thing about 2002 though, like things like the windows are probably original. It looks like they've done stylistically, they've done some updates to it since then. Cool, nice big basement area, little walkout, residential feeling. Get some unfinished business here. We got a blank canvas. Cool. 985,000 was what they're asking. Turkey. Now this one's been on the market with like four different agents. I want to say kind of a unique property. It's got a couple add-ons to it. Parking is a little bit tight over there. You don't have a garage, so it's got some good things going for it. It's right by the creek, right over Turkey Creek area, but apparently it's not doing it for people. Four bedroom, three bathroom, 3,366 square feet. Built in 1954 on a 30,000 square foot lot. I'll show you the lot lines here. So that's not the best picture. But you're right off Turkey Creek. You don't have like when you pull in there, there's not a ton of space, and I think that also might be what people are desiring with this one. But it is cute. You walk into the main level there. This main area here is kind of like the highlight. Radiant flooring. Then you go up the stairs here to a couple bedrooms, and you push past that down the hall, and you'll get to the primary add-on, which kind of overlooks that driveway area. But this one, yeah, this is the primary bedroom, so it's a nice little suite. I don't. It might just be. I don't know. I've never ran comps on this property. I've been in it a couple times, but it's just got a little bit of a nuance to it that I think the flow might not be for everybody. I mean, and the design, it's definitely got a very specific style there. Yeah, let's check it out. This one, like, check it out. Like, Some people I take in properties like I like character, I like charm. Some people just want that new. So if you like something unique in a charmer, this might be a good one for you, but it's got some quirks. 1,029,000 is the asking price. 8783 South Alt Lane over in Morrison. This is a lovely 4 bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 2,776 square footer, sitting on 2.23 acres, built in 1972. Here we go. There's your spread, a little bit of usable acreage. You got some trees for privacy, and then not too far, but not too close to 285. So easy to get. You go left, you get to Aspen Park. I mean, you're right in the area there. If you just want that, bigger box shopping, you could come right down the hill here. 285 cuts right through the south part of Denver. You get your Costco and everything like that over here, but there's a lot of shopping down in this Dakota Ridge, Ken Carroll area as well. So great access on this one here. A little bit of acreage too. Cool. I like this entryway. Nice nature windows, plenty of room to drop the gear. Feels like a couple add-ons at some point. Just the way like the windows are, the elevations and all that stuff. Deck, deck love needed. You can see this board here. Unless you're sometimes I go to say a joke in my head and I'm like, don't that's stupid. I was gonna say Master Splinter's house because you're gonna get splinters on this deck. I don't know where the hell my mind went there, but looks like some a little bit of deterioration. These looks like those woodpecker holes that they patched here. You can see a little bit of weathering on the windows. So windows look older. Deck needs some work. It doesn't look that bad, but you can see if you don't take care of the deck, keep it sealed, you start to get those boards warping and popping like that. Cool. All right. Okay. What is happening? This look like there's a landing here. Hold on. Do we get another view of those stairs? I'm so confused with this landing. What's over here? Unless it's just dead space at the bottom. Okay, interesting loft. I don't mind it. It's got some charm. Like I said, it's got some quirks to it. Deck again. This deck needs stained. I like the flooring in here. What do you guys think? Is this too quirky? Is this too much character and charm, or do you guys like it too? Double oven. Hmm. Oh, okay, so that you like went upstairs and then you go downstairs. That's what I was saying. Little unique. I could see a railing here going down the stairs. So you go up to that landing and then you go back down. So like I said, a little bit nuanced. The kitchen is on the second level. Yeah, it might be. He is when we gotta walk this one to see this. This flow seems unique. Like usually what you see from like add-ons. Cool. Nice usable acreage though. Decent views. Cool. 1,050,000. Gotta see that one in person. 1644 Tamarack Drive in the Genesee neighborhood. This is a lovely 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom, 2,938 square footer, sitting on a 17,400 plus square foot lot, built in 1981. So Genesee neighborhood. This looks like it's the south side here too, which I like because it's very quiet back in there. People don't come back in here unless they live there. And Foothills Drive has the one of the two clubhouses that you get access to with the HOA. Where is it? Is that it? Yeah, it looks like one of the clubhouses right around the turn here. Cool. Forget where the other one is. I think it's on Vista here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it. There's the other one. There you go. On Current. So the other one here, one has a pool and pickleball courts and all kinds of things. A fitness center, all that stuff. You get that with your monthly HOA. Genesee is a little bit more restrictive on what you can and can't do. It feels more like a HOA, like dog fencing. Like you can only have like 600 square feet of dog fencing and just like little things like that. Outbuildings, they're particular about your sheds or anything like that in the sense that they're really not for them. Okay, unique. Feels like an 80s flow, 80s style. Look at the views though. You got the white cap over there. Yeah, the view is going to be the selling piece. Yeah, kitchen looks a little bit dated. Another one that looks like a little bit unique of a floor plan here. Hmm. Big primary with the views, with the deck. Cool 5 piece primary walk in there or primary bathroom suite. Yeah, okay. We're gonna keep it going. Mm, yeah. Well, there you have it. That is Tamarack Drive. Good luck to you. 1,050,000. 2026 Tournament Court Open House 12 to 2 today. This is a 3 bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 3,068 square footer. It's a townhome. $1 million townhome, $1.2 million townhome. Gadzooks. What a time to be alive. A $450 monthly HOA. So we're in the Higher One area right by the golf course. Cool. So I mean you like to golf, you're there. High One um High One Golf Club. It's called Golf Club? High One Country Club? No, I don't think it's called Country Club. But anyways, High One Golf Club. Nice clubhouse, nice restaurant, great golf course. You could also get a membership for the just like the recreational activities in the restaurant if you don't golf. There's two different types of memberships. I think it's like a 35,000 or 35,000 to $50,000 initiation fee. Cool, looks good. Looks like it's been updated. And in the high one area, public water, public sewer, they're gonna do the road maintenance and everything like that. Another area, it's not. I know people really love it, and I could see why they love it, but it's not for me. It's very residential feeling, very HOAE, very family friendly area. Or if you're older, just like the golf, like to hang, such great easy access. It's just not for me. But yeah, but it's cool. It's fine. It's fine. Cool. All right. Looks good. Keep it moving. Tournament court 1.225. Is it a townhouse? Unless they're not showing. the other. Hold on. Let's look at the map here. Yeah, I guess it is connected. It is the end unit though. They weren't showing it. Agents, we are, it's like car salesman and real estate agent. Everyone loves talking about real estate. Everyone loves talking about cars, but nobody likes talking to real estate agents. Everyone says, "How's the market?" No one says, "How are you?" Whatever that goes. All right, back in Bailey, 150 Summit Drive. What a banger of a front photo there. Sell the lifestyle, sell the experience. Summit Drive, you got the views. You're going to have some acreage over here. I can tell. They got horses, they got acreage. Two bedroom, two bathroom, 1,708 square feet, 23.38 acres. This is fun. I like this shit. I don't, Bailey, for my business, it's a little bit further back. I have nothing against it. 5 gallons per minute, too, for your well. It's a good selling point they put in there. That's Gusher. That's a Gusher. Built in 2021. Sweet. Oh, I got the Zen hiccups. This is my worst habit. Other than me staying up too late last night and dragging ass today. Here we go. I'm going to have the hiccups. Nice driveway, nice metal roof, solar, usable landscaping there. Chill spot with the view. Look how drawing you out there. And I like the Bailey. I like the Bailey. Hold on. Let me mute and click through some of these photos while I hiccup. I like the Bailey view better than I like the Evergreen views. You might get a Mount Blue Sky view from Bailey, but you get all these peaks, and I forget what these peaks are called, but they're like sharp, jagged when the sun's hitting them. Clouds are rolling in, storms are rolling in. It's epic. These views, Bailey views, Conifer, Richmond Hill, uh, Pleasant Park Road views greater than Evergreen views. Unless you're up on Bear Mountain, but this is well done. Looks like you have radiant floor heating throughout. The best heating hands down. Keeps those toes warm. You guys familiar? Radiant floor heating is where they run like the water tubes through the flooring there, and it's so amazing when you see like concrete floors like this. You think really cold, but they'll be so warm and cozy in the winter. The best. Cool. Love that. Love that sitting area. Cute. Everything's well done. Oh, this is the garage with the man cave up top. Watch some UFC, hang out with the view. Giant shop. That's sick. Insulated too. They got a heater in there, maybe. I feel like they would. I feel like they've done this very well. I don't see a heater though. Get shredded like lettuce and cabbage. Open up those doors. Let your horses know who the real stallion is, who the real Mustang is. All right, Tesla, solar charging, metal roof on the yeah, these guys, these lifestyle photos are awesome. Good job. I'm gonna see who this agent is. They did a good job. What do they say? They knew the what do they say? They knew the see, I'm so brain dead with the lack of sleep. Anyway, awesome property. They knew the assignment. That's what I was trying to say. Emily Carless. I haven't seen this gal on here before. I don't think. Name doesn't sound familiar. But great job, girl. Great job with the marketing. A 1.275 is what that might be the house of the week. I think that might be the house of the week. I love the acreage. I like the newness. I like the dial it in with the solar. electric charging, gusher of a well. This is my property of the week so far. I mean, we have a $30 million property at the top of the list here, so we'll see. I'm actually gonna skip through. All right, I'll do this one. It looks cool enough. I'm gonna skip through a couple of these ones that aren't that appealing, so I make sure I save some time for the top of the list. Next up, we're going over to 11203 South Barney Gulch Road, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 3,113 square feet on a 10-acre lot, built 1978. Barney Gulch, where are you, brother? Oh, right by Kennedy Gulch. Okay, so you're we'll pop this in. We'll see the elevation or the elevation that you're at here. I'm guessing 8,700. Ooh, I don't know. Kings Valley's right there. Might be 9,000. No, because this is probably 9,510. I'm gonna guess 8,700 feet elevation. Let's pop it in real quick. Let's play the game. Lock in your guesses in your head. I'm going 8,700, 11203. Barney, South Barney Gulch. Oh, 85. I'm under. I would probably win that showcase showdown. Cool. Here we go. Siding looks good. Deck looks great. I like those beams. I like the color schema. I like the flooring. Oh, they got a gondola chair out. That's probably like $15,000. Even those, like, they do like the old chair lifts things that people have as like decor for their outside. I mean, those things are 10,000. I mean, that actually that gondola might be like 30,000. Great cabinets, great smart storage. Well done. They really dialed in. Somebody came in and made this over. Looking great. Newer windows. Nice soaking tub. You get a washer dryer in the primary suite too. Nice shower. Looks like no, it's not a steam shower, but it's nice. Nice shower. Nice walk-in closet. Like the tile. Cool. Okay. Nice separate living space. Siding looks like it's just been redone. Roof looks newer. Looks like they poured all kinds of gravel down there as well. 10 acres. Looking good. You got the toys, boys or ladies. All right. Sweet. I'm glad we stopped by Barney Gulch. Looking good. 1.3 million is what they're asking. It was big. 4,310 square feet over at 3890 South Skyline Drive. 5 bedroom, 5 bathroom. Built in 1975 on a 2.22 acre lot. Tutu, what you wear on Sundays. At the end of the road here, end of Skyline Drive here. So heading up Upper Bear Creek, not too far down there. So I think this is the trout, not the Troutdale. What's the? I think it's a little HOA over in here, and you're at the top of the hill, so it is a little bit windy to get back in there. A little steep back in there. Yeah, you see a little switchback. Hey, no one's gonna be coming behind you though. There's your property, but I mean, this is a hill back here, but you're south facing. Looks like they might have solar up there. Yep, definitely got solar. Great. Oh, look at the views. Nice. Okay. There you go. Nice rolling evergreen mountain views. Cool. Flooring looks good. Deck needs love. Siding needs love. A lot of siding too. Kitchen is fine. You know, I don't, maybe just rustic by design. Cool. boiler heat back in here. Oh, there's your Mount Blue Sky view. That's what I was saying in Evergreen. So this does have the best of both worlds. You got the rolling southeast facing views, and then the Mount Blue Sky southwest facing. So lots of sunshine at this property, which is good. Not having the sunshine, you really you'll feel it. If you don't get a lot of sun in the winter, it can be cold. Cool. Okay. All right. There you have it. Skyline Drive, 1.35 is what they're asking. Just gonna skip it. It's Evergreen High One Estates, Evergreen area in the High One neighborhood. It looks like a nice home, but it looks pretty new. 1977. It's been remodeled. But go to my website, moxiepropertygroup.com. I'm skipping it just for the ease of getting through the list before 10:30 here. I gotta make my way over to Blackhawk. So you go to my website, moxiepropertygroup.com. And while I'm here on my website, let me just show you. If you guys are looking to get started with your mountain search, your mountain journey, this is where you go. Well, there's a few ways to do it. You go contact us, fill out the form, let me know what you're looking for. We'll jump on a Zoom buyer's consultation to get you dialed in and set a game plan. Or you can reach out to me on my wireless communication device right here that goes directly to me, or hit me up on my email, sean.murphy@moxiepropertygroup.com. There you have it. So we're going to go through Pebble Beach. 1.379 is what they're asking. I'm probably going to skip this one too. We're going to skip through the Broken Arrow Road, 3 bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 3,530 square feet, 14.96 acres. That's where that price is coming from. They're asking 1.495. All right, we'll do the rest of these. 5129 South Elk Ridge Road, a lovely 5 bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, 6,000. Gadzooks, that's a big house. 6,084 square feet. Sitting on 8.7 acres, built in 1975. Back of Elk Ridge Road. The Buffalo Park, nice road, rolling past Evergreen High School, rolling past Three Sisters Park there. So great hiking, great mountain biking. And you got some great flat usable acreage, and you got some woods. But back of the little bit off of Elk Park or Elk, but I screwed that all up. Back off of Buffalo Park Road, just enough that you're gonna get a lot of good privacy back in there. This is what I love about working in the mountains is like, I didn't know this house existed back here. Cool. Looks like a bunch of add-ons to this property over the years. Carpet could use some love. Probably the cabinets, probably the wood paneling. You're paying for the acreage. You're paying for the location over here. Oh, looks like it's got a separate mother-in-law suite. Whole another ADU on the property. 6,000 square feet. I mean, the problem with it needing a little bit of updating is it's like that book. If you give a mouse a cookie, it's gonna ask for a glass of milk, then it's gonna ask for a napkin, and that's like this house. You start working on the cabinets in the upstairs, then you taking off the wood paneling off the sides, then you're redoing the second kitchen there. It's just a lot. Good views. I mean, 6,000 square feet. Where are we? I don't know. Big bedrooms. Okay. Cool. There you have it. That is 5129 South Elk Ridge Road. Asking price $1.8 million. We still got a bunch to go. Let's see. I'm gonna handpick. I'm gonna hit. I'm gonna skip this one. Thunder Road, badass name, over in North Central Evergreen. 4 bedroom, 6 bathroom, 5,700 square feet. It looks super updated and looks like it's got some acreage. 10.14 acres. Soda Creek, then I'm guessing? Guessing it's Soda Creek. You're not gonna give me anything? No? Okay. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're close to I-70 there. You're interesting. So you're gonna hear I-70 in the background. This is unique area, not really any homes over in this spot. Interesting. Interesting location. Easy to get to I-70, easy to get back down the hill, easy to get to the Home Depot, Walmart commercial area of Evergreen there. Check it out on my website, moxiepropertygroup.com. If you're interested in Thunder Road. And we're gonna do what do we got? We got 10 minutes left. Shoot. All right, we're gonna skip Forest Drive. We're gonna skip Sunset Lane because this looks sick. Let's see this. This is 23534 Wayne's Way. Wayne's Way, Wayne's Way. Party time. Excellent. Woo, 5 bedroom, 5 bathroom, 6,902 square feet. She big. Built in 2005 on a 1.14 acre lot. Back in the Genesee neighborhood here and to kind of end of the road. So I like Genesee too because you typically get some good, not typically, you sometimes get good city facing views. You get that morning sun. I didn't even see, I wasn't getting any notifications for any of these comments. I see you guys been chopping it up in there. Damn. Missing all of this. Dr. DIYT. Good to have you back on. Yeah, I didn't get any notifications for any of these chats. Why is the HOA so much? $500 a month. I mean, sometimes they have good amenities that they'll like, they have a clubhouse and they have exterior maintenance taken care of, but I've just been seeing a lot. I mean, if you can get an HOA for 250,000, like that's a deal anymore. I see a lot of 450 to 650,000 or $50 a month. I don't know exactly what you're talking about the lake. What lake is that? I'm not sure which property we were looking at. All right, let's check out Wayne's Way. One, look at that outside living space. That's sweet. All those windows, all the chill area. The hot tub's kind of far away. We can agree, right? Oh, look at the accordion doors. I'm so sad I missed all these comments. Driveway's awesome. 3-car garage. I love the stucco exterior. Like very polished, very well done. Looks like radiant, well, forced air up top. At this price point, you typically see radiant floor heating. Love that. All these accordion windows to open up to that God's creation. Gorgeous. Nice Trex decking. Decks on decks. This house is sick. Cool. What's that type of counter is that? Like quartz? Looks fancy. Fancy AF. Yeah, there's your city view there. So you're gonna have what I like about the city view, and it's always hard to explain because we're always looking at houses during the day, right? But the oh, the Moxie page with the big lake. Actually, I don't even know what that would be. Might be Grand Lake. Might be Grand Lake. Lake Granby. Looks like one of those. It's in Grand County. A little bit further. I still cover that area, but a little bit further out of our area for this search. But what I was saying about this is it'll be really dark right here by this horizon, and then you'll get the twinkle of the city lights, get the sun coming up over that. The sunrises over the I know everyone's a sucker for the sunset, but honestly, like when the sun is coming down, it's so blinding. You really get like 20 minutes of good sun, like beautiful, majestic sunset. Whereas like the sunrise is like softer. It's nice. Wakes you up. Cool, nice hang, nice flow. Everything is just like luring you outside. Oh yeah. I get shredded there. Get jacked. Outdoor landscaping is dialed in. Little and this is nice. A little sunken fire pit, especially on this side of the house. It's nice to anytime I see a house that's opening up. So these are opening up to the east, which is better in my mind because on the west side, where you'll have those great sunsets, you also get all the wind over there. So having something on the east side of the house that's sunken to, that'll be a great spot to hang in the evening. I dig it. Great house. Hell yeah. Who's got it? Who's holding the bag? 4.795 is the asking price. And lastly, but not leastly, because holy shit, it's the most expensively. This is the most expensive house we've ever had on the channel. I think the one on the Chateau V, that one was like 15,000. So this is crazy. One, it's Indian Hills, so very easy access to get back down the hill. It's 11,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms. Holy crap, look at that. Jeez. Look, holy crap. Holy crap. All right, let's check it out. Let's do this damn thing. Heated driveway. I'll say less. Sweet. Built in 2000 on a 453-acre lot. You own the mountain. Jeez. That doesn't look like 453. Maybe this property line isn't right. I feel like you own all of this. But easy to get down to Parmalee Gulch here, which would take you out to 285. Quickest way out is still probably either jumping on over to I don't know actually. You're kind of in the middle of the mountain there. Great hiking and all kinds of things around you. Looks like you're gonna have the east facing exposure or view, which I like. But you're coming down 74, jumping on 74 to get out to I-70 to get the slopes. So you're in the middle of it there, but not too bad to get to anything. Let's see this. Holy crap. Holy crap. Uh wow. That's so much house. You gotta have servants in this place. You'd have guests. You got an indoor pool. You'd have guests and you didn't even know they were there. Look at that. The happiest horses in the world. Holy crap. And I love when the real fancy places, they clean those stables like you could eat food off the floor. Yeah, see, I was gonna say it's way more than that property line was was showing. Helipad, recreation center, compound. What the hell is a compound supportive? You've got a runway. You've got an equestrian center. Yeah, and the Chateau V, I think it ended up selling for like 9 point something. So like with this, I mean, this is a ranch. You got your own lake there. The Summit Estate, the Legacy Estate. I don't. I mean, we need to sell more houses over here. You guys need to call me. 11,000 square feet. The poor, the poor agents trying to figure out which 50 photos to put in here. That's a good problem to have. All that driveway is heated, so don't worry about any of the snow. Jeez. Now, I'm not going to here to talk to you guys about or money shame you guys, but I don't know if any of us have it like this. If you do, welcome to the channel. I'm Sean Murphy. I love to help you buy this house, but this is crazy. I don't have this many people in my life. This is the you have a dining area in your bedroom. Crazy. You get the Summit House, you get the Legacy House. Like, what do we? This pool area is as big as my current house. Racquetball inside, sweet theater room, arcade, tennis courts, equestrian. What is going on? Helipad, gate, security gate. I mean, it's ridiculous. Well, that is the top of the list. As you guys are heading out, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button on the video. Appreciate you guys. Again, if you're looking to get started on your search, oh, and again, just to tell you the price, I can probably get you a little bit of a discount, but coming in at a cool $30 million, Lakota Road, Charles Ward. I don't know if I know that guy, which is crazy. That crazy that somebody I don't know, have never heard of, has the most ridiculous listing. Uh, Out of control. But go to my website, moxiepropertygroup.com. If you're going to get the full list, the most up to date list, this is linked with the MLS out here. So you'll get all the updated information before anybody else. But if you're watching this video and you're like in the hunt, as the pace of the market has slowed down, maybe you can watch this video and then still jump on it. But I typically always encourage people, if you're hot and ready to be buying, or if you just want to keep an eye on the areas and the price points that will be delivering the type of properties that you're looking for, that's why you got to give me a call. We'll jump on or shoot me a message on my website here. Contact us, fill out the form, jump on a Zoom buyer's consultation. A lot of people, they tell me what they're looking for, they tell me their price point. I'm able to point out some areas that maybe they don't know of yet or I haven't heard of yet. So that's the purpose of that meeting there. And then tell you about some additional things about living in the mountains that you need to keep in mind as you're searching for homes: access, slope, exposure, uh, fire mitigation, well, septic, all that stuff. There's a little bit more nuance to mountain living than urban environments. So I got your back. That's what I'm here for. Not only do I like to look at these houses, talk gawk with you guys, but it helps you guys get to learn these areas more and find out which level of mountain living is right for you. So that's all I got. You guys have a great weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me as I'm on the struggle bus today. And we'll talk to you guys next Saturday, 8 a.m. That's the standard time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. See you then. Peace. I love you. Goodbye.